Hello, everybody. I hope everyone is having a good Sunday and has had a fantastic week. I would like you guys to let me know how your week has been, so feel free to leave a comment in the chat and I'll take a look and we'll be responding on that. But today we're going to talk about leveling up. So, going from being a child to a teenager to an adult to growing up, basically. So, you know, when we're children, we have a very different way of seeing the world. It's very innocent. You don't know yet. When you love for real without conditions. Like you just do it. If you're hungry, you honestly want hungry. If you're curious, you're honestly curious. Somewhere along the lines, things get blurry, and people expect that when you grow up, you're not going to act in the same way. You're not going to see the world in the same way. Or is that necessarily biblical? Is that necessarily the right way? Let's see. So, before we start, a short little clip to get us on the thinking from a child to becoming an adult. So, this is a quote from the movie Hackers. I used to love this movie when I was a kid. I watched it so many times. Let's take a listen. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought like a child. When I became a man, I did away with childish things. That's 1 Corinthians 13, chapter verse 11, KG 21. So the King James 21st century. So we know what we're supposed to be doing as we were supposed to be doing as a child because we got told by our parents. But now as adults, we need to figure that out. But there's good news. There's good news. Because, we're usually doing it on our own and trying to figure it out. It's not working too well. So what are we supposed to be doing? I mean, what's going on that we're supposed to be doing? Teacher. So this is in Matthew 22:36 to 40. So teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? So Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. And the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. So what does that mean? What does that mean? That means that first our priority is loving God. So that's our first priority, loving God. Then after that, it's loving our neighbor like we love ourselves. So what makes Jesus' words so important is, as John 3:16 in the ASV says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him should not perish to have eternal life. So if we're going to love God, we need to love God in the same way that he gave the ultimate sacrifice. The ultimate sacrifice. So we get loved. So we get to become the children of God. That means that there's a lot of steps to get there. Right? I mean, love God and love your neighbor. Well, there's consequences to that. So before we go into that, let's talk about what is love. Like, what is love? Right? It's a good question. So in Matthew 22:36, wrong quote. Sorry, folks. So in 1 Corinthians 13:4-7, this is the Amplified Version. Love endures with patience and serenity. Love is kind and thoughtful, and is not jealous or envious. Love does not brag and is not proud or arrogant. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not provoked, nor overly sensitive and easily angered. It does not take into account a wrong endured. It does not rejoice at injustice, but rejoices with the truth when right and truth prevail. Love bears all things, regardless of what comes. Believes all things, looking for the best in each one. Hopes in all things, remaining steadfast during difficult times. Endures all things without weakening. So, what does this mean for loving God? What does it mean? It's a good question, right? So, we're going to go again over it, but a little bit slower, okay? So, love endures with patience and serenity. So, when you're loving God, love Him honestly. So, love Him with patience and serenity. So, if what you want is not happening right now, okay, at this exact moment, be patient. Maybe what you're asking for is not what you actually need. Maybe not yet. Maybe there's another plan. Maybe there's something else you really need. But the goal is to really to reach what you need, right? So love endures with patience and serenity. So you don't make a scene about it. You just wait. And it'll come. Love is kind and thoughtful. So it's kind and thoughtful. So it's always trying to go for your best interest. But it's also thinking about what you really need, as I had said previously. It's not jealous or envious. So you don't go looking around at others and saying, oh man, I wish I had that. Let's hope we get that. Come on, I want that. No, no, don't think about others. Think for yourself. Follow these rules. It's not rude. It is not self seeking. And it is not provoked. So not overly sensitive and easily angered. So if things don't go your way, don't get angry about it. Don't be surprised. Just wait. Be patient. Be serene about it. Good will come. Good will come. That's how you're supposed to love God. It does not take into account a wrong endured. Now, in the case of God, God will never wrong you. But you might feel wronged. You might feel that you're not getting what you deserve or what you need. And you might get angry about it. But again, that's not the right way to love. You need to love God first and foremost. Okay? It does not, okay. It rejoice with the truth when right and truth prevail. Because eventually, if right and truth prevail, that means there's a time where it's not right and prevailed yet. It's right, but it hasn't prevailed yet. That means it's a challenge. That means that someone might accuse you of something wrongly, and it might take some time before it gets righted. Eventually it will. Be kind and be patient and be thoughtful. Just take a deep breath. Everything is going as planned. Everything will work out. Love bears all things, regardless of what comes. What that means is everything that might come. You might think that, oh man, I really want to be with that person. I hope to be able to that person and marry with that person. And then you find out it's difficult. There's challenges. Well, you work on those challenges. Kindly, thoughtfully, with patience, with serenity. And similar with God. Believe all things, looking for the best in each one. So believe in all the good. See the good. Realize the good. Appreciate the good. And even if you don't have something that you consider a good, appreciate what you have. All right, so all you have in the cupboard is toast and peanut butter. Well, that's not fun, but be thankful for that. You have toast and peanut butter. At least you have that. You could have nothing. Be thankful, be grateful for it. And it's funny, when you tend to act this way, more comes. More comes. There's always a darkness before dawn. There's always going to be tribulations and difficulties to eventually the right is going to prevail. But getting there is a trick. And it's the same way with God. You got it. You don't start perfect. What you think you know now is not necessarily what you're going to know in a year. Doesn't mean that right now you're bad and you don't know and you're not doing right. No, no, no. That's not it at all. At all. No, no. Just be patient, be kind, follow the rules. Right? It listed. Hope all things. So remain steadfast during difficult times. Endure all things without weakening. So realize that your difficult times or whatever is challenging, it's only temporary. You can work it out, but don't get enraged by it. Just, again, love, be patient, be serene, be truthful, be patient, don't be rude. Everything's going to work out. Keep calm. That's how you're supposed to deal with things. That's how you're supposed to have a relationship with God. You might pray that, God, I wish I get into this famous university. God, God, please, I pray, I pray, I pray. And it doesn't happen immediately. Don't get discouraged. Keep praying. Keep at it. Eventually, maybe you'll get it. Or maybe you'll get something else that's even better. Maybe what you thought you needed was Harvard, and then you found out that no, McGill was what I needed, because McGill is where I'm going to meet my future love, or McGill is where I'm going to find this great contact for the rest of my life. You never know, but God knows. Trust in Him. Trust in Him. So that's how you're supposed to love God. Now here's the hard part. That's how you're supposed to love yourself too, right? I mean, you wouldn't go and lie to yourself over and over on purpose. I mean, it does happen. But when you realize it, you try to make it right. You try to fix it. Like, was I lying to myself? Yeah, maybe I should fix that. That's how it works. And, you got to do that. You gotta to analyze, to be honest with yourself and to realize, okay, well, I failed there. All right, I'll do better. People lie to themselves all the time. Like, for quite some time, I told my son, I'm good weight wise. Well, the reality is I'm quite overweight. I love my food though, but I need to realize that. I need to realize that, okay, love is honest, it's truthful. So obviously, I need to reject this lie. It's not right. Let's reject it. It's not something we approve of. We need to go over, okay, well, I'm trying to lose weight. Well, I need to be patient. I need to be serene. I need to take my time, be thoughtful, analyze the situation, realize there's going to be adversities, and persevere through those difficulties. Well, the same in marriage. You have to do those same exact steps. It's the same in a work. You do those same exact steps. Yeah, it's same how you treat your family members. It's supposed to be the same exact steps because it's love God, love your neighbor. We know how to love. Love is well described, right? It's well described. That's it, folks. Love God, love each other. Just be real. So God bless you all, folks. I'm Preacher Varric, and I have a community on Facebook, on Discord, called The Promised Land. We do a lot of gaming. There's a few pastors that are of different congregations and different denominations that are on it, as well as a few hundred people. A lot of youth, people of all faiths, or no faith. Everyone's accepted because really, loving each other, being good, it's universal, right? It's not a requirement that, oh, the person I'm loving needs to love God first. No, no, you need to love God. You let them do their thing. What you need to do is you need to love God and love your neighbor. Don't Doesn't matter what your neighbor's doing. Love your neighbor. Don't love the sin. Love your neighbor. Positive gaming. That's what we offer. So if ever this is something that interests you guys, all you need to go is go to our Discord, and here's the information right here. And you can join the Discord, or you can go and do a search for the Facebook group The Promised Land, and that'll bring you there directly. And we're open 24/7. Right now we're gaming in Valheim, but people are playing always tons of other games. There's like hundreds of other games that literally the community is playing. So you don't need to be playing what I'm doing or anything like that. There's a lot of other streamers as well, so you might find a streamer that you enjoy, maybe not, but probably and more than likely you will. So, if ever you have any other questions, you can always contact us on any of those systems, including Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. And if ever you find it in your heart to give, well, here's the information where to donate. So donations that go directly to me, they go and they are used for the community, they're used for the stream, they're used also to help people. So for example, we've gotten a donation previously that permitted to get the internet access upgraded a little bit. Yay, got cable, and permitted to do some hosting as well as getting some upgrades for the stream. Other times we've gotten community servers for the community. So right now, one of our patron saints, which is Burn, donated a year of the server Nitrado. So whatever game the community is playing, we can host it and we can have our own positive community. So you guys are always invited to come. All right, folks. Have a fantastic week. God bless you all. I love you guys, and I love you gals. Love.